Who doesn't like having choices? I sure do, especially when it comes to tire options that are worthy of bike pack racing and extended adventure rides. So today we're going to take a first look at some rubber that was just released from Teravail. Right off the bat, they check a lot of boxes for me, although there is one issue that was disappointing and could be a deal breaker for some. So let's dive into the pros and see if they outweigh the cons and if these just might be your next favorite tire. Say hello to the Teravail Camrock. As of now, they're available in an all black version and this tan wall option that I decided to try out. They're made exclusively for 29-inch wheels in a 2.4-inch width, which just happens to hit the sweet spot for a lot of XC and endurance type riding that I enjoy, so I figured they might be right up my alley. Along with the black and tan wall models, you can also choose between two tubeless ready casing options. I'm testing the light trail version, which features a 1.5 ply 120 TPI casing with bead-to-bead puncture protection. It's optimized to be ridden at lower pressures for increased comfort and maximum traction. It's currently priced at $80 US or 115 Canadian bucks per tire, and they have a claimed weight of 710 grams each. Although I weighed both of my tires and they each came in at exactly 732 grams on my scale, so a little bit heavier than advertised. If you want some extra protection against abrasion and sharp rocks, you can opt for the 1.5 ply 60 TPI durable casing version. It won't conform to the trail quite as well, and you'll sacrifice a little of the supple ride quality, but it is more robust and it might suit your riding style better. Teravail says the durable tires weigh 795 grams each, so they are a bit heavier than the light casing. They're also available in either black or tan wall, and they'll set you back the same amount of moolah as the lighter weight Sidekick. Again, the sticker price is 80 bucks each. I'm not sure if Teravail was inspired by the snow sports world when they decided on the name Camrock, but in snowboard jargon, Camrock refers to a combo of camber and rocker, which equals stability and edge control on groomers while still floating well in powder. Anyway, the Camrock tire has a fast, low-profile tread offering minimal rolling resistance, and it's designed primarily for straight-line speed on hard-packed cross-country terrain. The knobs are evenly spaced in a linear pattern, and they have sharp edges and siping for added grip when cornering. They seem pretty well made, and they have a nice snug fit on my bird wheels. Installation was a breeze. I got them on without any hassle, and as you can see, I was able to inflate them one-handed with a floor pump. The bead set right away with no need for a compressor. That's always a plus. I let the tires sit overnight without adding any sealant, and they never lost any air, which is always a good sign. 2 thumbs up so far, but in terms of volume, I'll cut right to it. They're a little underwhelming and nowhere near the stated 2.4 inches on the sidewall. Right after I installed and inflated them, they definitely looked a little skinny to my eye, so I pulled out the calipers for funsies. Both tires measured right around 57 millimeters at their widest point on rims with a 27 millimeter internal diameter inflated to 25 psi. This equates to only about 2.25 inches, a pretty far cry from 2.4 and definitely narrow than what I was hoping for. For comparison, I also measured a Continental Cross King 2.3 and it came out to about 58.6 millimeters at 25 psi. This equates to 2.31 inches, so pretty much dead on to what is advertised on its sidewall. And it's mounted on a slightly narrower 25 internal width rim. And just for giggles, I also put the calipers to a 2.2 inch Continental Race King with the same 25 psi on a 26 millimeter internal rim, and it got a reading of 55.68 millimeters or just about 2.2 inches, delivering as advertised. The moral of the story is that my first impressions of the Camrock have been pretty favorable for the most part, but it's definitely lacking the volume of a true 2.4 inch tire. It's more like a 2.2 or 2.25, and I've got to be honest, I feel a bit let down. I do like the tread pattern, especially how close the outside row of knobs are positioned to the sidewall. This breeds confidence that you can hold traction deep into a turn, and a lot of the time, in an effort to shave grams or for other reasons, the lugs on XC tires don't wrap around far enough for my taste. So even though the tires are coming up a little skinny, I'm still curious about how well they ride, and I intend to give them a fair shake. I've got a fun endurance race coming up in a few weeks called 9.5 Hours of Disco, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well these perform. I'm gonna keep an open mind and see how they feel, and if I'm vibing with them, there's a chance I'll keep them on for the Grand Loop race at the end of May if the forecast calls for fast, dry conditions. Otherwise, I'll probably mount them on my Cutthroat and collect some gravel miles on them. By the way, along with the Camrock, Teravail also just released another XC tire called the Drawpoint. It's a little bit knobbier and more along the lines of a Maxxis Recon. It's also listed as a 2.4, and I'd be curious to see if it runs more true to size, so that might be worth checking out as well. As for the Camrock, I'm thinking they're gonna wind up competing with the Maxxis Icon or the newer Schwabe Rick, or kind of an in-between a Continental Cross King and a Vittoria Mescal. Anyway, I'll definitely beat these up, gain some more insight, and keep you in the loop. As always, thanks for watching. Please include any of your questions and thoughts down in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, ride bikes, give back, pay it forward. Thanks so much for squeezing dirty teeth into your busy schedule. Please help us reach more people and ensure you receive new videos by giving this video a like, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. Until next time, ride bikes, give back, pay it forward.